All right, here we are, the grand conclusion of our journey into the AI-human partnership. We've gone through the tech, the hurdles, the massive opportunities, and now we're going to bring it all home by focusing on the single most important idea in this entire report. The real key to unlocking AI's power? Well, it isn't in the machine at all. It's in us. So yeah, this is part 15, the final piece of our overview of the Developing and Enhancing Human Skills for Maximum AI Human Partnerships and Synergy report from Virtualization Options LLC. And think of it like an iceberg. What we've covered in these explainers, that's just the tip. Today, we're really getting to the foundational truth that holds the whole thing up. You see, the entire report builds to this one really powerful idea that it calls the human imperative. And it's the simple but kind of profound truth that in an age of absolutely incredible machines, the ultimate value isn't going to be found in silicon chips or lines of code. Nope, it's found right here in our own ingenuity, our creativity, and our judgment. This one sentence, this is it. This is the key to the whole thing. AI's transformative potential depends entirely on human capabilities. It's not about replacing us, not at all. It's about amplifying us. Think of AI like a state-of-the-art grand piano. It's just silent potential. It doesn't do anything until a skilled musician, that's you, that's me, sits down and brings it to life. But hey, this isn't just some nice-sounding philosophical idea. This synergy, this partnership between people and AI is already creating massive, totally measurable value out there in the real world. Let's actually look at the proof. So take Salesforce. Their sales teams managed to cut their sales cycle by a whopping 36%. How? Well, they didn't fire their salespeople, they augmented them. They let the AI handle all the repetitive, administrative stuff, which freed up the humans to do what only humans can do best: connect with other people, build trust, and solve really complex problems. And we see the exact same story playing out over at Workday. They automated all the grunt work of recruiting, sifting through thousands of resumes, scheduling interviews, and by doing that, they cut their human recruiters' workload in half. That time was then reinvested into the really critical, nuanced work of finding the perfect person for the team, something no algorithm can truly master. So these examples from Salesforce and Workday, they're just a tiny little glimpse of a much, much bigger picture. Because when you scale that kind of synergy across the entire global economy, well, the numbers just get astronomical. That projected $15.7 trillion in value by 2030, let's be clear, that's not the value of AI. It's the value of humans working with AI. So this brings us, I think, to the most important question of all. What on earth does this mean for you? Because this isn't about just sitting back and watching the future happen. The report argues really strongly that to thrive in this new era, you have to take deliberate personal action. And it lays out a super clear 4-step action plan. First, invest in the skills that machines just can't replicate. Stuff like critical thinking, complex communication, real empathy. Second, you have to make learning a lifelong habit. The goalposts are always going to be moving. Third, lead the transformation. You don't need a fancy title to be a role model for effective collaboration and help your colleagues adapt. And finally, and this is the most crucial one, double down on what makes you human. Your creativity, your gut feelings, your judgment, that is your ultimate irreplaceable advantage. Of course, what you do as an individual is only half the story. To really unlock all this potential, organizations themselves have to change, big time. Leaders have a real mandate to build a culture where this AI-human partnership can actually flourish. And this means shifting the whole focus from just buying the latest tech to actually investing in people. It's about building a culture where it's safe to experiment and, maybe more importantly, to learn from failure. It's about developing leaders who guide with empathy, not just top-down authority. And critically, it's about rewarding what truly matters. Not just who's using the new AI tool, but who's bringing the creative and strategic insights to the table. So, where does all this lead? Well, the report paints this vision of an augmented future, but it comes with a really powerful warning. This future isn't some destination we're just passively drifting towards. It is a structure that we must choose to build consciously and deliberately. This quote just perfectly captures that choice. The winners of this next decade, they won't be the ones with the most powerful AI. They'll be the ones who master the art of the partnership, who can seamlessly blend human ingenuity with machine intelligence to do things neither one could ever do alone. Ultimately, The goal here is a future where technology makes us more human, not less. A future where AI takes care of the routine stuff, freeing us up to focus on the creative, the strategic, the things that are deeply meaningful. But look, this isn't a passive hope. It's an active choice we have to make, to invest in ourselves, to demand ethical systems, and to put human values right at the center of everything we create. And so, after these 15 explainers, our entire journey boils down to this one question. And it's not a question for the future, it's for right now. Working with AI is no longer a question of if, it's a question of how well. Your future effectiveness, your professional value, your creative potential, it's all tied to the answer you choose to build starting today. Thanks for joining me on this journey. The real work begins now.